Thoughts?
Oh, Lord. Yes, sir.
Hi.
Hi.
Finnegans Flyer.
Yeah.
Is that going to be, the loading area is going to be pretty much level with the bridge?
It will be.
Okay.
Yes, the loading area will be level with the bridge, and the deck, everything, we're very close to that. So that's where you'll actually, are you familiar with Ireland?
Mhm.
Yeah, so right across from the toy shop, that'll be where the entrance queue is going to be.
How did you come up with the name Finnegan? And is that a character in a story? Or?
It was actually a group effort. I took credit for it, but it was actually a group effort. We were sitting around kind of coming up with kind of Irish names and things like that. And
location.
yeah, exactly, because you're in Ireland. Pardon me?
It's like Finnegans wakeboarding.
Oh, yes, wouldn't that be fun? Maybe at Water Country, right? But yeah, it was just kind of, everybody was throwing out names, and I said, what about Finnegans Flyer? And everybody was like, oh. So it was good. Yeah.
So if you can tell us, what were other locations you would consider for Finnegans Flyer?
I think they were looking over in Italy. They were looking at a location in Italy, but I think because right now Ireland just has the Battle for Ire, so we thought it would be really neat to have another ride in that area.
Yeah.
Do you have any bands scheduled for next year yet?
Haven't
scheduled bands yet. We might be adding more events to summer nights. So nothing's set in stone yet. We haven't signed contracts or anything, but that should be coming out sooner rather than later.
Are there tentative opening dates for both Finnegans Flyer and Cut Back Inside?
We're saying for both attractions opening spring because the weather. If weather doesn't start cooperating, but opening spring we haven't had a definite date. It'll be earlier spring though. But stay tuned. Probably March we'll be able to know more.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
I was lucky enough to attend the Coaster Con in '97.
Yes.
And with both of my kids, 2003 with my daughter, was at Coaster Con this past year. And my daughter's favorite ride in the park is Big Bad Wolf. And of course everyone said that I was gone. But I have to say, got to ride Verbolten for the first time. I don't know how you can do any better of a replacement. I mean, nothing's going to replace Big Bad Wolf.
Nope,
but you could not do any better. I love that ride. And Invader, to me, was the surprise of the entire con. The closing ERT, I was there with Vanessa Thomas and some other Acers. We stayed on that ride almost the whole nighttime ERT. That ride was so much fun. It's not the tallest, but golly, it was maybe my favorite ride of that entire
From the
Coaster Con.
time you start going downhill, after the lift, it's just nonstop fun the whole way. We love it. Yeah, I think it really, really came out nice. We worked with Adam House. I know Clint was talking about him earlier, and I think we kind of worked together, and it turned out we couldn't be happier with it.
And we know you love that ride too, just like Clint was saying, getting rid of the Rocco plane. Sometimes it's really tough to say goodbye, even for a park.
It was.
But I mean, hats off. What a great replacement ride, and then adding Invader to that, and you already have the iconic rides that we've loved for decades. So just hats off to you.
Thank you for that. We tried our best to pay a little homage to Big Bad Wolf with the drop over the water. And we tried our best because we were so sad when it went.
Yeah.
But
I call that ride a home run.
thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Actually, that entire pocket area around New France, a lot of people would just kind of dogleg over and just kind of skip over that. Have you noticed that there's been an increase in food and the other vendor stalls there since Invader came in? Like there's more revenue being generated in that.
I would say absolutely yes, because it gives you a reason to stay in that area, and especially then. All right, now I forgot. Was Invader open for Christmas?
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
And it was the train, with the train edition for Christmas Town Express. Yeah.
That actually got a little confusing because you have to go, the line for the train was so long, and obviously the flume isn't open. Oh, yeah. But yeah, everybody thought that, okay, do I have to wait in this line to go to Invader? And they didn't really have to, so.
Yeah, it's kind of livened up that area a lot, especially, summertime and there's so much activity and so, yeah.
The smokehouse was already very popular, but it even got busier.
I saw that Tampa announced that they were bringing back the hospitality idea. Are you guys thinking about going back down that path again?
Well, we did have free beer this year for, oh my goodness, Food and Wine, during Food and Wine, or no, all of summer nights, sorry, all of summer nights. Don't know whether we're doing it again this year. It's probably going to be a consideration. I'm not sure yet. But the hospitality house that we used to have, they used to have, part of our brewery, we haven't had any discussions like that. So, great question though.
Yeah, I saw Tampa just
it's a good thing, isn't it?
just announced that. So.
Free beer is always good.
Yeah. Did you have another question?
Yeah. Yes, with Loch Ness Monster, the effects were brought back into the cave
Yes.
area.
You loved?
Absolutely. So I was curious.
That was a big question that we had. We wanted, and we kept pushing and pushing for it because that was so popular, and we're so glad we got to be able to do it.
So was there any special equipment that had to be updated, or is it just a matter of flipping the switch back on and stuff?
I think that's more. I think so.
I don't think there was, but I really don't know.
Great addition, though.
But we wanted to make sure that that was part of the package. Hi.
So how much do you guys want to try to mirror Busch Gardens Tampa? Like, do you say just that you try to do a little bit?
Don't lie.
Like they're adding tigress and you have two pesto, so there are more things like that we just don't notice that well.
That's a great question. We are obviously Busch Gardens, same family, same family experience, but we're very different, as you know. Tampa was one of the largest zoos in the world, and we are a family park, European theme park. Our animal experiences are very limited. They're absolutely expanded. We try to share as much as we can with other attractions when it makes sense for our park. Our look, our feel, our environment, our atmosphere, we're very different. But we try our foundation of entertainment and great guest experiences. We have to, that's part of our company. So that's a great question. Thank you for asking. Yeah.
Anything new at the entrance next year?
At Busch Gardens? You know something I know?
I saw a rumor that there may be metal detectors.
Oh, no, I can talk about that now. Metal detectors were installed yesterday. They were installed yesterday. It's in no response to a threat or an incident that we had at the park. It's only another enhancement to our security. That's all it is. But it did. Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're supposed to be quick. You walk through it. It's not a. If we have to wand people, we'll wand people. But it's another enhancement to our security procedures. Right now, it's only at Busch Gardens, and we'll see what happens at Water Country. Most of the time, you're coming in, you're bathing suit, you can see things. But if it's necessary, then we'll absolutely do that.
Cool.
But that was yesterday. Thanks for reminding me. I meant to tell you all that too. Yeah.
My son would like to know, because he still bears to ask,
Oh.
about 2020 that Kevin was mentioning, or somebody mentioned.
I'm going over this way.
Yeah. Yeah. Something, is anything planned?
I want to tell you this. We always, and you know this, was that your question?
Yes.
Okay. We always do something new, right? Always. Because we have to keep the experiences fresh for our guests that are coming in, our members that are coming in, first timers that are coming in. I got nothing to share right now.
I always ask the question. It's a good try.
I got nothing to share right now. Rumors, thoughts of we've heard this, we saw this, we're going to see that. Nothing's final until it's final. Nothing's final until it comes right here. But There's always something new. We just don't have anything to share yet. You can ask that question. We still won't tell you.
Another question. So I recently found out that like for the Battle for Ire, you had like an original score developed just for that ride.
Right? That's true.
And yeah, and I had no idea. And I was just wondering, like that level of attention to detail in the theming and everything, is that something that I know other parks have been experimenting with as well? Like I'm a score developing environments. Is that something you're pursuing in the future, or was that just for that experience?
I think we've always done that.
We always,
Yeah, I mean,
always
I don't know, even when you're riding Apollo's Chariot, you go up to the Q building there and you start listening to the music for Apollo's, which I don't know. There's probably names for it or whatever, but yeah, I think every area of the park really does have its own music. I mean, when you're in a village, there's that kind of music, but at the ride, there's always music.
Oh, thank you.
Just for that.
See, I kept looking at that.
I know, how did he know? Yeah.
No, yeah, Susie's right. We've done that from almost day one. Original scores, theming, going beyond, the Call of Duty for the themed experience. You're just not getting on a ride. You're experiencing it as you go through the queue area. There's a story behind each of the rides. So we pride ourselves, all of our company, prides itself in doing that. So the original scores, we've been doing it for a long time.
Okay, and it will continue in the future. That's the plan. Okay.
That's the plan.
And along those lines, I appreciate, the Christmas music that are themed to the land, and also the Invader, the numbers for the queue line, 1 through 8 or whatever. I really appreciate those. I'm a fan of labeling with custom things, and I love the shields.
Yeah. Thank you very much. We worked with our theming consultant on that, and it was a lot of fun just kind of creating that whole thing. Even installing the move ropes and everything, it was kind of different. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Is Apollo Chariot getting a paint job for its big birthday?
Maybe.
It needs it. It's the first coast you see when you drive into the park.
You're exactly
and
right.
It's very faded.
Oh, is it really? Is it pretty sad?
It's noticeable.
Okay. Get Larry on that. Get Larry.
Especially since Tempesta. When Tempesta went in, and Tempesta was so bright.
Popped.
Yeah, and it made Apollo Chariot just look dull.
Okay. Larry Giles.
Okay.
1-800 Larry Giles.
Oh yeah. Give me a email address.
We'll take you out of this one. Thank you. Thank you. Honestly, we love being here. We love you all. You're part of our family. Thank you very much.